Hi everyone, I'm Kenny Davis, lead pastor with South Community Church, and thank you for checking out our Spirit Minute today. I think most of us have heard the story of David and Goliath. We've heard references to it. Maybe we've played sports and we've heard that reference, but have you actually ever read the story? Have you actually ever read and saw the optimism that David had? Do you know what the Philistine that they called him, the great giant Goliath, the way he spoke? He was a trash talker. In the midst of all the battle and all the fighting that was going on, he was telling the Israelites to send over everyone they could. Send your best. I will take out everyone. It was just this big trash talking thing going on. And remember, David was this young boy who trusted in the Lord. And if you remember what he says, he goes up to Goliath. I don't know if we remember this when we actually think about what he says, but he goes up to the Goliath and he says, you may have the sword and you may have the spear and you may have the javelin, but you can't forget that I have the Lord God with me, the Lord God on my side. And that, he didn't just pick up a rock and sling it and kill him and that was the story. I think the story was in how he actually had optimism before the fight ever began, before his struggle was in front of him. And so we always have heard, your proverbial giant that's in front of you, how do you deal with that? Well, I think in that story it teaches us that do we really have a spiritual optimism? And what we call that is hope. To know that, hey, no matter what I'm facing today, no matter what giant that's going to be in front of me, that may hold the sword, that may hold the spear, that may hold the javelin in front of me, I've got the Lord God with me. I love how the end of that, before the fight goes, and we know how that story ends. But he says, at the end of the day, David tells the giant, I'm going to have your head on a spear. I think that's the story I'm going to tell my son tonight before he goes to bed. He likes those kind of, fighting type stories. And hey, it's in the Bible, so I'm going to tell him that story. But listen, great story, great message, and I hope that you got that. Fight your giant today with the Lord on your side. Have a good one.